can't lay kings down against you, Tony. You're right.
Why couldn't anyone?
I jack 3. I'm sorry that I couldn't oblige.
I don't think I'll be laying kings down, especially against you.
Two more hands in the second
I
level.
know
You've been waiting for
fives,
kings, right?
sevens,
I wanted
eights.
you to have kings.
Well, in the next level, Devilfish is on very thin ice with only 3
Is
big
that my
blinds.
dream, to have
He'd
kings
love to
running
find a
aces?
chance to get it in before that goes up.
Or is that your dream?
Mine.
Okay.
I don't even think
Yeah,
about
I appreciate you're honest.
I don't even think
This is the
about
moment.
Yeah, it's a good spot, depending on what he finds behind him.
it. How much is that?
Tony G's got the best hand.
Well, it's
It's only a lot if he's limped in
But
with the
Tony
big hand
G's
and you
problem-
can raise your ass out of
geez,
it.
I
It's
think
that
it's
Kravchenko's
only,
behind.
it's only 15.
I call.
Well, he's flat calling now. It's a question of whether the Russian will also flat call. They'll try to carve up a nice piece of fish between them.
Yeah, I mean, and Tony G, he can't really isolate there, Vicky, can he? Because he has to be aware that Kravchenko could re-raise, or...
Well, Kravchenko's got a call.
He's probably
you know,
got the
he's
aces got
getting...
straight back to him, he's smooth called.
Wow,
I
well,
got the jack
he was getting
3
nearly
back.
4 to 1 with a nice hand. I'm not sure why he's passed that, but leaving Tony G
I'm
to
not
do
in
the
bad
job
shape.
alone.
8-10. Cheers, lads.
Not
It's
much
been
in it
nice.
here,
Thanks
Jesse.
a lot.
And
You would have called there with Kravchenko's hand,
See if
huh?
I get
I
lucky
would have
and
called.
it
I
holds
would have
up
called with his
one
hand,
time.
but
Who has
it
to
was
hold up
dominated
here?
by Devilfish. Obviously, I
he's
wouldn't
got a
call
pin
if I'd
out,
seen
you're a pretty big
Devilfish's
dog.
hand, but
I just said, see if I
where
can
he
get
was
lucky and it
sitting.
holds up. Okay.
I feel like the king 10's going to win.
Yeah, of course it
It's
is.
a little negative.
See you later, guys.
not
Well
a good
played.
flop.
See you.
It's been lovely.
Maybe tomorrow.
There's still cards to come, you know.
Yeah, I know
it's
there is.
okay. You can go. It's a big pot too.
You're
Devilfish
only a
wants
4 to 1
to
dog.
turn the cards over
If
more
you-
quickly.
if
You've
you
got to
leave
walk
a
really
really big
slowly
hand
now.
there,
Well, if it's a
plus it's
It was a good call by Tony G with ace-9 with the little friend who sat waiting to
I wish
re-raise
I
it.
was only a 5 to 1 dog most of the time I get my money in.
Hey, Phil?
It's like aces
Won it.
against tens.
It was a good call with ace-9 with Risky and limped in the pot. He might have been going to kick it up, stick it up in. And he ain't got no chips. King.
Ace plays.
A 4 or a deuce will do.
Well, a lot more outs now for Devilfish to
Are you
split the
serious?
pot.
That don't happen to me.
I'll be happy with that.
King or a 10 to win it. Deuce or a 4 to split.
I think it's a 9.
It's,
Ah, there
That's pretty
is
sick.
wow.
a
Nice
9,
hand.
not needed for Tony G, but there it is, an
I
eye.
don't know why I
See?
waited.
Who's got talent for cards? That's how you're good at poker. You know what's
You know
going to be the
what's
river.
coming.
This is like when they cut Samson's hair.
Aren't you happy you didn't have to call
He's
with the
feeling
10 high?
cursed. He doesn't
Yeah,
believe he's
you
going to
would've
be
called if you
lucky,
folded,
and he's
right?
not lucky.
Yeah, so aren't you happy
just
that you
a-
didn't have to call with the 10 high?
Circle of doom.
One hand left in the second level, and the Devilfish gone, Vicky. It's almost somber.
It's very sad, really, because somehow it's like he walked into the room already crestfallen. And there's several matches to go, and you know he could still turn it around, but only if he believes he can.
Well, we know Tony G ain't a poker player, he ain't got much of a brain, but, you know, when I've moved in there, he's called with ace-9. Well, first of all, I might have him beat, you know, good chance I've got him beat. I mean, and secondly, the guy who's limped in, the Rushki, is a pretty solid player. He could have easily been limping in there with a big hand, you know, hoping I'm going to move in or something. So Tony G could have been putting 15,000 in the pot and never see a flop, because then the Russian raises and he has to throw his ace-9 away. So it's a bad call with ace-9. But you know, that's the secret of being a good no-limit hold'em player. You've got to get your money in bad shape and get lucky.
How are you going to tease me about poker? You're not even on the same
You know, and
planet.
I'm just like cold call a raise in the small blind or whatever.
Yeah, you're not even on the same planet. You see
Right,
this? I
it's
have
just
11 of
17,000.
these.
And I
Still been
love,
drinking.
I love the fact that Annie Duke is finding hands at the start of this new level that's going to look
Last
like
one I
she's
beat
just picking up the pace for the bigger blinds.
Yeah, that's a very good
yeah.
point.
Phil would
worry.
love to come over the
It's not
top and
gonna be
make her
long now.
pass, but
Somebody's going to step
he's
out
not going to do
there
it with
and
no hand. He's just not
chop
going
off
to.
the little 17 or
Try to
18 or
beat 6
19.
today.
It's not long now.
You know, Annie's, I mean, she's capable of being, oh wow. This, it's 11,000 more. Does Sharf have enough to peel off a
No,
flop
and I don't
here?
need a hand either.
Yeah, it's a very playable hand when you've got a lot of chips.
Could we raise?
You just said you're going to wait for good hands. Now you say don't need a hand.
I don't need a hand to re-raise
Well,
someone.
now it's
who's
hard to
weak.
imagine a flop that only one of
Try
them
to
likes.
re-raise me. Try to re-raise.
Ooh.
Okay. That's what I
Oh,
want.
it's a huge
Show me the height and
flop.
commitment to re-raise.
A lot of chips just have to go in here.
Then I re-raise you.
Up and down with middle pair for Schaaf. Top pair.
She's lumped it in and he's check raised all in. I don't know. Eddie, did Eddie slip a cog here? Is he going to get called?
Duke's going to have to think about it though, Jesse, because it's the kind of flop that suits a calling hand. People call with 9s, 10s, you know, king jack, but she's made the call.
She has called. I mean, Vicky, you know, if she wheeled it back, it didn't feel like Sharf had the jack king, did
Whatever
it?
happened, I
mean-
got my money in good.
You did.
I mean,
Fast
Annie's
Eddie
made a
called the
very
raise of 10
gutsy
here.
call here. And Annie is all
Seven
in.
or
It must be,
seven.
she loses to a 10, an 8, or a
King is
king.
nice.
She doesn't want to make two pair.
10 is nice. 8 is
Oh!
nice.
Yeah, that's,
It's a straight for Eddie Schaaf.
she's hit it.
Good luck, folks.
Oh, it was a great call from Annie Duke, but
Well,
no
Made a
good.
good call. What can I do?
Update
Good luck.
tonight.
She's going to take 1 point. She said, very important not to get a 0 or 1. 5 points in her first match, and now just a total of 6 through 2.
So bad, I know.
With 10 jack against king queen, often you get a flop that either both hands like or nobody does, and on that one, you know.
Yeah, that was the story, and Sharf now will be a big chip leader. He caught the
Let me think.
8 on the river to make the run.
She right.
If I'm going to play this strategy, I play this strategy.
You're doing good. You didn't play.
When
Needs
this
to
tilting makes
score,
sense.
does Helmut.
Oh,
Doing nothing.
I mean,
well, I haven't picked
where is
anything
he gonna
up.
get
I'm
his
really
chips?
unlucky.
Of course.
But when you're really unlucky and you're still
And
in
I've
there,
been
that's good.
picking up
Well,
big
what
hands.
Helmut
It's nine
wants,
folds.
where he thinks
I've
he'll
been
get his
running hard.
chips, is from
Well, I can't
somebody
help it if you
cracking
move
up
on
and just
fours.
shoving
You
them
don't know what
over.
you're doing half the
That's
time.
not going to be Eddie Schaaf.
4s, 7s, that's good enough for you.
But
I
I'm
already
from
know.
the street.
I already know.
I got excuses.
I know with you I'm going to have to beat the 6s, 7s,
I got
or 8s,
excuses
just
if,
like
if I
yesterday.
run last. Do you have excuses if you run last in this Premier League? You know that the sort of time I'm going to give you when you're running
What do you mean
last,
if I run
coming to the
last?
final
How
heat?
can I run last?
You can run last, believe me. You could run stone motherless last.
Everybody can run last.
Everybody can run
6
last.
sit and goes.
I can't run last. I can promise
I could
you.
run last throughout 6 sit and goes?
Now you can.
That's impossible.
It's not.
I mean, if Schaaf
Will you shave your
chips
head?
it in, Helmut's
Maybe
going to
one
hate it,
second
but
run.
Maybe
I
this
don't
time.
think he can pass. Not on this flop, anyway.
That is scary.
I don't think Helmut
6,000.
can get out of this
No, I
hand with
think
chips
Schaaf
left.
is going to, however he plays it, I think Helmut has got to put
Oh
the chips
boy,
in.
I'd check it.
How?
Yeah.
You know, if I was Schaaf, I'd be tempted to raise here. The
no,
call
there's
is
a small chance.
terribly suspicious.
Jeez, an alarm bell's gone off in Phil's head.
Somebody have 0 points, I think.
Is Phil going to get away from this?
Yeah.
After 2.
No, not 0, but very few points. Devilfish have
He have
1
4.
point.
And still.
All right. You got me. You got me.
1
Only
point.
a 6.
For him, it's
And the only other question is if it doesn't come.
Check it.
Check.
A full house now for Schaaf. And, you know, if Helmut thought he was ahead on the turn, he's got to think he's ahead on
he
the
can't
river.
qualify and let, he has
He's got to
win.
think that.
If you don't win, you can't qualify.
17,000.
He's got to make the call.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, he's going to be horrified
Very
when
solid
he
calling.
sees Schaaf's hand. Oh, he hates it.
Call ace high.
He really wants to make a
Like,
sarcastic
yeah,
comment now.
Ace 5 of spades.
Tony's sticking the needle
5
in right
something
now.
of spades. I fold
Maybe
ace
it's
5.
not my
Tony,
day.
Tony, I fold,
I don't think it is.
Kick a problem.
I fold ace 5 of them.
You sure you're going to kick a problem?
Must be 5 of spades.
Yeah, I mean, two pair on the flop makes
I had an
Helmut's hand
overpair. I mean,
looks
how hard
good.
is
It's
it
not
to
like it
figure
doesn't
out?
come over
Slug played
cards.
an overfit.
Well, I mean, how hard is it to figure
There's
out?
2 pairs on the board.
Yeah,
Well, how hard is it to figure
yeah,
out?
he could have us.
You think I called 10,000 on the turn on a draw?
Do you think you played good, the hand? Is that how you want everybody at home to play it? Like
I
limp
was,
in with a big pair?
I was so
let
unlucky
2
there.
pairs come on the board and then just donk off your chips.
I was so unlucky there. This is Fast Eddie. All he did is, I watched the commentary, played every hand, and now he
what
shows
did
up
I
with
do?
3
I was in the big blind. I couldn't
Your
help
kicker
it.
wasn't that
I
big.
wanted to fold. I wanted, but he didn't raise.
Then you check, you bet
Yeah.
because you're greedy.
You know. then actually, you know, I didn't want to embarrass him.
Everything,
That's
you know,
why I
when they
bet.
put bad beats on me, everything's funny. Everything's
I
funny.
bet on the river because I don't want to embarrass him and have to
Did
show
you
him
like
my hand.
the way you played
know.
the hand? Ha 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 ha. Everything's funny when they